Good day, ladies and gentlemen. We are back at it again, working on the masonry storeroom. This time around, what we are building, what we're going to construct, what we're going to weld together is the handle for the metal and wood door of the masonry storeroom. There was something that I missed. I didn't have any footage of it the last video. That's the bundling of the metal and wood door, and where the flat bar and the square bar meets, that little groovy area where I couldn't weld all the way through, well, that's where we are going to be mixing that bundle, the two parts, and then right there we're going to fill that area there. That's what we had. Oops, man. Usually there's a little bugs or little pieces of whatever sticks in the bundle. I don't like to do that. It leaves a streak. You actually have to put a little more when it dries. And we are doing that right there. It wasn't perfect, but you have to look well to realize that it was actually two parts that were joined together. And right here I am taking my little sander, sanding it down. It's kind of satisfying just to know that after this dries, you could actually sand it down to the shape that you want it. Of course, there are times when you need some extra bundle between there. And it wasn't a perfect job. I believe some people would do a much better job than I did, but I think I did pretty well for a door, metal and wood door that is going on a storeroom that is over a septic tank. All right. I continue. I speed it up. That took a while, but not as much time as I expected. Okay, now at the back of the door, remember I spoke about the 1/2-inch plywood that I placed there. What you see there, I screwed that 1/2-inch plywood on the 1x6 tongue and groove, and I put some wood glue between both of them, the plywood and the tongue and groove, make it much stronger. So that's why those pieces of those clamped pieces of metal were there. Now what we are going to do today is this here. We're going to take a 14-inch square bar, a piece of metal. I'm measuring the 14-inch. It was actually 14 5/8. I just put a little extra. You notice I cut the first part, the little end. I wanted it. Sometimes, you know, when you have those things, the little end usually is not perfect. It's not a perfect cut. So I got rid of that little piece. Now I get the actual piece. This is it. And whenever I cut a piece of metal, I usually, see what I'm doing there? I was taking out that little sharp edge with my hands, but it could cut you. What I'm also doing there is I am welding it to an angle, so that when I'm ready to put the little pieces of metal, I'm going to cover it. It's a 1 by 1 by a 1/4 inch piece of metal. Right there, you see this? I'm going to cut it. Instead of measuring it, I just place this on there. Instead of measuring with the tape, I place it on it, and I just, that's it. Then I cut it there. Did the other end. Okay, I'm doing the actual little measuring there. And what I did wrong is I placed it on the saw horizontally, flat. I should have put it vertically, but placing it like this, I could see exactly what I'm cutting. When I place it in there, I usually have to secure it. There is a pad that tightens and hold that piece of metal. Sometimes when it's flat like this, or a flat piece of metal, it don't hold properly. It could, you know, fly out, or it could do some damage. Okay, now I'm putting this on one of those welding magnets that you hold stuff with. It is 45, 90, and 60 degrees. You could get angle different things if you want them at 90 degrees. Those pieces of 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch square bar, I'm going to be using them also as part of the door handle. And when I do that, I cut them, use my flap disc, and that's what I'm using there on my angle grinder. And I'm doing the same thing, clearing out the ends, making sure that I do it in a way where when I weld, it will be welded between both parts that I'm welding. Here I'm tacking it. You would see my ground to the center. It's a magnetic ground, very easy instead of those clamped grounds. Okay, now I don't need this. I tacked it, so I'm going to finish it up right there. And that's my ground right there. Yeah, sometimes you forget to put the ground, and when you start to weld, nothing happens. You cannot weld without that ground. Okay, that's a close-up. Welding this section, turn it around and just continue. When I do that, I'm going to use my angle grinder again, and I'm going to shave it off, taper the end of it. All right, now I'm going to flip it over, making sure my ground is not in the way, put it on the other end, and I continue by welding the other end, flip it over, well, turn it over, and continue until I do all four sides of the end of this, of both ends. I think, yep, that's the last one right there. All right, now after I do that, you have to let it cool down first before you use the flap disc. And that's what I'm doing. I use the little hammer, the welding hammer, just to take out the dross out of it. I just show a picture. You see the picture of the end that I cut, and this is it now after I weld those things and grind it down. Now this, I'm going to put them vertically on the 14 piece of inch by inch square bar, and those are what will be welded. Well, they will be welded on the door. Okay, I put my ground. Now I'm going to tack it. I give it, well, you could give it 2 little welds, yeah, and then take out the magnets and finish it up. Usually when you are welding, you see as I weld in those little particles, those little hot particles that comes out from it, they would stick on the magnet because they are little pieces or particles of steel. Now I'm finishing the welding on those little 2 pieces. I think they're 2.5 inches or so, 2 inches, about 2 inches long. Okay. No, I didn't measure them. I just guesstimate. After I put it, I said, "Oh man, this look a little too long," but they are good. They are perfect. Okay. Usually, after I do welding, right there you could see, I would take out the dross, knock it out, and then that's that extra part that comes on the when you're welding. That is part of the process of welding. Here I'm using my wire wheel better than the regular wire brush. Okay, I'm cleaning it up. To the middle there, you see that clamp secure it on the welding table. Okay, this is it. Oops, oh man. Okay, what I'm going to do. Okay, notice I have the red magnet right there holding it up. Okay, this is it. You hold it when you pretty much give you an idea how you grip it on the door. And ladies and gentlemen, this is it. I placed it on the door and I secured it with the 2 magnets, one above, one below. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make sure it is leveled. if it's not plumb and you try to plumb the door handle, you will see the difference as far as it might have a little slight angle, but everything came out just right. Here I'm welding it towards it I'm welding it to the metal part of the door. I had some paint there. What I had to do, I had to grind off the paint. I think I painted it too early. Now right where I'm welding, just now I'm going to clean right there. The angle grinder would not be able to grind or to clean under those little areas with the wire wheel. So a brush is perfect for those intricate or the hard to get areas. Okay, well, this is it right there. This is the handle for the metal and wood door. And ladies and gentlemen, it was a pleasure doing this little job and sharing it with you. Don't forget, man, just pick something you like, something that's challenging, something that you would like to do, and just get it done, man. Just get something done. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, to subscribe, press the like button and press the notification bell. And I will see you on the next one. Enjoy.